So back in Halls of Atonement, this time on a 14. Different affixes this time. So we've got Fortified, Sanguine, Grievous, and Encrypted. This was a pretty good run. Still working on trying to gather stuff up properly here. Maybe waiting on Divine Toll a little bit. We'll get that last caster to come in a little further. This was not bad, but I wish it was a little better grouped together. A little bit of Sanguine healing going on there. I haven't done enough Sanguine runs to be real confident on moving stuff out of the pools. I don't have a lot of tools to pop things out if they do get stuck in there. I think later on there's a shard that gets stuck in it, which is unfortunate when they're crashing because nothing pulls them out. Not too many other folks are taking damage, just their survival hunter. And this is nicely grouped up. Start moving around to get out of the Sanguine. Don't want to pull that patrol yet. Again, some Sanguine healing going on there. Actually, a lot of Sanguine healing going on. Yeah, see, there's that caster sitting there in the blood pool. Move on to the patrol. Like to stay pretty close to the Huntmaster so I can stun it, if possible, to keep the loyal beast from going off. Yep, there's that. Interrupted it. And start moving. That wasn't bad. Now we're on to the first pack with the Encrypted. I'm pretty sure we go with the on here. That's what I was hoping for. So this was not as clean a pull as I would have liked. Had some folks running away. Didn't get the collector interrupted, so we got a lot of the sins running around. That's mostly my fault. I should have set my focus on the collector to keep that one interrupted. But doing all right. Move stuff out of the Sanguine. Yeah, see here the shard is almost in the pool, not quite getting Sanguine healed. But he won't move when he's thrashing, so that could have been bad. Yeah, see, there we go. He's standing in the Sanguine, doing the thrashing, and there's nothing you can do. That was unfortunate. As I recall, this next pull goes really badly. I do kind of my standard pull the 2 by the stairs over, but the 4 little guys get pulled in by mistake. And stuff goes crazy because stuff is not gripped up. So we've got stuff recasting on everything, and nobody else is doing interrupts, and so it goes bad. But keep the pull alive. Though I think everybody else at some point dies. The healer really did a good job keeping me up. I ended up having to use a lot of holy power for Word of Glory to keep myself up. Yeah, see, there we go. We have the Shard standing and Sanguine doing the thrash. There's nothing you can do. So it's finally starting to calm down a little bit, and we get it back under control. We lost our healer, trying to do a little bit of line of sight. I don't know if this works because the Obliterator is casting, free casting. There, we finally got him coming in. Just the sins running around. There. Now we've got it back. Oh, the healer definitely has had to use some mana for healing this pull. Nice thing was when that pull went sideways and folks were dying, nobody left. I did pause here to let the healer catch up on mana. I would have liked to have pulled that patrol before I went back, but now I could have pulled this patrol that's walking inside the fenced area, but I knew we would get it killed before the patrol that's wandering on this side of the fence comes back. Oh, Sanguine healing. And here comes the patrol, so we're going to pull that. And keep it from getting into the Sanguine. And then we'll move inside and take the next shard. Oh, and probably as you can see, I did fix my UI, so my buffs from Omni CD are showing on the appropriate frames, which they weren't the last video, which is good. Now we'll take the next Huntmaster or Houndmaster pack. These are pretty small pulls, which is what I'm more used to. I think as we get higher in keys, I'm going to have to look at going bigger as the DPS is better, and so that we can get through in time. Kind of my goal here was to not pull the little guys with the encrypted affix. I can't remember if I succeeded in that goal or not. I guess we'll find out. Didn't quite get pulled enough to get the shard out of the Sanguine, so he's healed to full again. But at least apparently we didn't pull the Encrypted and all the little guys. So that was better than the last run I did in Halls. Thing I notice here, I'm not being good about setting my focus for kicks, and that's why some of this stuff is going off. Even though there are lots of interrupts that aren't being used. Pretty good, decent Sanguine. Braun almost knocked stuff back into the Sanguine. Got that pulled in. Trying to keep moving kind of in a spiral to keep stuff out of the Sanguine. Finally starting to get the hang of it, I think, as we go on in this run. There's a little lack of communication. We have one warlock way out. He goes to grab another Stoneborn, so we get two pulling in for Halkias. Nicely got soul stoned. So we've got both the Stoneborn, and now we go. We can go for the relic here. Get us topped off at the start of the pull. And this actually goes pretty smoothly, as I recall. And the thing I'm working on for this boss is before the beam to be moving him enough so that there's plenty of room for people to move around as the beams are going. So there's always like space around him. I didn't quite get him far enough here, but because there is a little bit of broken glass, but not bad. This stuff doesn't hurt me very much, so it doesn't matter if I stand in it. And since with the 4-set bonus, it does give me more damage on him. And I am running Judgment of Light, which does help, especially the classes that have rapid attacks, so the melee, like the Survival Hunter. I was looking at the logs for this later on, and the casters didn't get nearly as much benefit from it. Also, I think on this run, I was running the conduit that gives a little shield when I use Word of Glory or Hand of Glory. And I've changed that because I wasn't getting a lot of healing from it, and I looked like that the conduit that gives healing for standing in consecration would be substantially more healing. And on the next run it did. It gave quite a bit more healing. More of it was over healing, but I think overall it's going to be a better talent than the shield one. Now, had the same kind of problem here as we did the last video. Plan was to get Woe so we could stealth past all this, and somehow we ninja pulled the group, another group. So last time, and we get both of these. So we get the ankle biters on one side, and then the casters just chasing after everybody, and it's just a mess. But we do have the Woe buff, so there's 10% damage reduction. Lost our healer, but and lost one of the warlocks. Looks like he just released, and I got turned to stone. That didn't help. So this was definitely a messy pull, and it puts us way over count. Finally interrupt that Eviscerator to keep him from doing stone form. So as you can see, we've lost our Woe buff. We're not going to be able to stealth past. I do think we get lucky. I think the Stoneborn at the bottom of the stairs goes passive on our side, so we're able to get up by. But I would love to do this where this pull actually works the way I envision it, which is getting Woe and just stealthing by. Oop, Sanguine healing going on there. So we do get lucky here. It just goes passive. The patrol's in the right spot, and everybody makes it by without pulling.
Toodaloo.
So we go with the relic again, get everything gathered up. And these ads are just melting. Got one kind of out there. There he comes. So not great that they're not all stacked up, but it's alright. Torrent Blood Pool was baited out pretty well. So here we come, the ads we didn't kill. And I'm kind of waiting for the new set before I use Divine Toll to get everybody gathered up. Didn't quite get everybody, but got most of them. And I finally got that last one to come in. And guy comes in, we get most of these. And the boss is almost dead. We're all in pretty decent shape, doing a little off healing. I probably should have used that for myself. And we can just ignore the ads here. So I'll pull this group out. Give us a little more room to fight. It's funny, in guild groups, we always CC one of the Houndmasters, and I've yet to do that really on a pug group on a hierarchy. And we've killed our CDRs, we've got our cooldowns back. And I start looking for a Huntmaster to interrupt. Oop, get stuff out of the Sanguine. Blind him here with a flash of light. And I think I get smart and I pull the next group back out here. And I'm able to get just the regular mobs, not the encrypted. So we end up being able to take an encrypted mob up into the boss and then get the encrypted from the boss. And apparently I can't type. I do remember to set my focus that time, so that's something. Drop Consecration, get some threat as everybody comes in. Just stand in the fire. And start moving and get stuff out of any possible Sanguine. That pull went much smoother than in the last run. So I think we end up getting the haste mob this time. So he jumps around a little, but once he gets low, I think we pull him up, or maybe we kill him just before we go up to the boss. Yeah, so we kill him first, run up with the haste buff, and then do the, I can't remember which one we take. Wait for everybody to get up. And I always try and tank the boss by one of the lanterns so any melee players don't have to run very far. So we got the haste guy again. The only problem with him is he jumps out or up, so not much I can do to help DPS him down. Other than Divine Toll, of course. We get the haste buff. Look, the boss is already almost dead. So between the haste buff coming in and the haste buff after, I get targeted by the spirit, so I'm right at the lantern already. And boss is dead. And we can start off killing the little ads. I kill the little encrypted guys. It looks like we've killed most of the ads, so we're starting to move towards the exit. I can start focusing on the mini boss to get him to move. So all we got left are the manifestations of envy.
I tire of your boorish presence. It seems I must deal with you myself. Be gone, rabble!
So this last boss is getting pretty easy. Used to be this was really hard for especially my guild groups. We weren't quite getting the mechanics on it, but now it's pretty straightforward. So we've got the haste relic. So other than jumping around, it's not a problem. So now we've all got a nice haste buff. So this boss is going to melt. And he's already been pushed to the first beams. And I do a pretty good job getting 2 beams blocked. Each of these, so only 3 of us are getting debuffed. Makes life a little easier on the healer. Need to do something where like some of these are positioned on my unit frames in a different spot. They should be on the inside, not the outside. And again, getting 2 of the beams blocked. Make life a little easier on the healer. Yep, you see there's just 3 of us getting the beams.
Your pride undoes you. You are beneath my contempt.
And there we have it, my first 14 in time. And pretty smooth run. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment.